Testing 1 2. Okay. Save that. And okay, I need to make sure that this is inactive. So stop that. This is inactive. Okay, that should stop all that. All right, so this is what my scanner is looking like today. We got SGBX, WAI, YHG, ADTX. All right, so let's do some research on this. Switch this out to this. And we'll start with the SGBX, which seems to be going on down a little bit. This is Friday, so, you know, fun Friday. Okay, so let's go look at the daily first on this one. See if anything makes sense. Okay, so on the daily, we got it closed at 324, went all the way up to 9 something. So almost to this level up here. And now has gone back down to 580. So somewhere down in here. Okay. So we had a couple of peak levels. We had a gap right here that was filled, and the high here 980. Let's see. So that was almost to this little peak level, 985. Okay. $9.85, and now it's all the way back down here to 5 something. So it's giving back almost $4 worth of profit there. Let's go over to WAI. It's number 2 on the list. So we got, let me clear. Okay, so it closed at 306. Went up to a high of around 5. So right at this little crest level. Right here, which really isn't a peak, because it's not a really big wick. It's just kind of like a hangman type pattern. So I'm not sure about that. But it did have something up here to 930s. That's a pretty big peak, but it got absolutely pushed down through the ground. Let me back up a little bit more. Okay, so this level was a little fall point from the 855s. Then it has this gap level up there, but that's way up there at $22. Okay, well, not too obvious there. Let's go to YHG GJ. Closed at 6. Went up to, or right now it's at 870 something. So it got over this little peak here. 802s. It's a peak on the daily. This is a obvious peak on the daily. Okay. Right there. And then another peak up here to 1021. Duplicate. Okay, let's see. Then another one up here to 12 something. So a couple of levels there. Beyond that, I mean, we do have a peak at 16. I mean, there's multiple levels that could be something. I really wanted to stick with the super obvious ones, so we'll just mark them up. So we got 802 all the way up to 1662, and I'm not sure where it can go. All right, what else do we have? So those are the top 3 though. WAI, YHGJ, and then SGBX. So let's go do our due diligence into what these companies actually are. because today is Friday, so catalyst may not be the number one thing on a Friday. Okay, so let's start off with SGBX. Safe and Green Holdings. We've seen this one before. Come on, buddy. Bring up that profile. Okay. Safe and Green Holdings provides prefabricated modular structures using wood or steel as the base material for residential and commercial use. This is out of Miami, Florida. All right. And then we got YHGJ. YHGJ. All right, so this sounded like a Chinese stock, but it's Young Hong Green CTI. I don't know. That sounds really like it. Um, Says distributes and sells consumer products in the United States and internationally. The company offers novelty products, including full latex balloons and inflatable latex items, which include punch balls, water bombs, balloons twisted into shapes and things like that. Okay. Um, they sell candy blossom product line. The company serves various retail outlets. Okay, good stores, and it's out of Lake Barrington, Illinois. It was founded in or incorporated in 1983. Okay, and then WAI is our number 3 there. So WAI. WAI, this is an actual Chinese stock. Top Kingwin Limited offers corporate business training, corporate consulting, and advisory transaction services in the People's Republic of China. The company sells devices to support artificial intelligence, data collection, and analysis. It serves entrepreneurs and executives in small and medium enterprises. The company was founded in 2018 and is headquartered in China. Okay, so let me notate that. This is our Chinese stock on the day. Could do something. Chinese. Yesterday, there was a stock that I wanted to trade, but I actually got blocked on. I went to put an order in and it wouldn't even work, which was SUGP, this one right here. Wouldn't even work. I was getting in. I saw this one come up here and I was actually I saw it swing, but I was trying to get in back here just to see if I can get a position. And I'm glad, it got blocked. It wasn't a whole lot of volume in it, and I guess Charles Schwab was like, nah, not that one. So I ended up trading BDRX here. All right. So BDRX, we saw this one in the pre-market or a little bit in the pre-market, and but it just didn't have super heavy volume. And I ended up getting, so I saw it's down here. I took the break of, let me see, I got in at 960 something. So it was like right around, might have been up in this level, 960 something. And I took this ride up here, the first ride. I actually took profit before it came down this first time. So it was from 963 and I got 59 cents off of it. So whatever 963 plus 59 cents is what I got off of it. But I reached my target. My target is 30 cents. So I got 59 cents off of it. So definitely met that. Yeah, I got in at 963 and got out at 1023. So 963 all the way up here to 1023 was where I was taking the majority. I took 140 shares at 963. And I didn't take it all at once. I added a little bit, and then I had 140 for the ride up. And actually, I really wanted to get a couple more sales up here, but it just wasn't any volume to sell to anybody. We got up here and I started just throwing out orders, and it just, I had orders all up here, and they were just getting filled. So I was like, okay, well, let's just go ahead and take some. And then it rose back up here again. But at this point, I had already walked away by the time it had got to this point. Let me see. So clean that one off. Went over that trade. Couldn't trade SUGP. No, that was NUAI. Mike D had called that out. But it was too high of a float to show up in the pre-market. 80TX. Okay, so let's get back to the three that we were looking at. So we got SGBX with 24 million shares traded. We got WAI Chinese stock continue to throw wicks both ways. And then we got YHGJ, which is acting really weird. Other than that, we're just chilling. We got the three that we want to, kind of be looking at and see and what they want to do. This point of control on SGBX is at the 590s. Wondering, man, there's not a whole lot of, I feel like, people could try this one. It came down here 1, 2, 3 times at this level. I was kind of trying to see if it was going to hold up this 6, but it looks like it is a little bit. Not any real structure here that can be identified yet. But it is Friday, so Freaky Friday things always, seem to just happen. Good morning, Donnell. Looking at the top 3 this morning. SGBX, WAI, YHGJ, and YHGJ really isn't a real looker, but WAI is a Chinese stock, and then SGBX is a stock that has went up to 985 and has come all the way down, and we don't have any kind of structure here, so kind of hard to read on this one. So let's see what it's left us. It's got this right here, but it traded out of this little level. Then it just created a little high there. So that could be interesting. We'll see what it does between here. So now, it's gonna have to hold up this 578. It's got the most volume. Just don't want to get caught in a dump. Not too worried about catalysts on Friday. But we just out here. Ooh. And of course, we will be sizing down on anything that happens here because we're not sure. Coming up there, the high up here was 623. Okay. So just letting it do its thing. It's got 24 million, and it's really, I really want to see it hold this bottom level, the 577s. It's up 88%. It's at the bottom of the value level. The top of the value level is all the way up here at 777, and the bottom is down here 552. So I'm gonna give it a little bit. See, can it give us a clear structure down here on the downside? Go jump over to the other ones. WAI, YHGJ. This one's just so spotty. I don't like these really low volume ones that are just spotty like this. They scare me. WAI going on down in Chinese stock. I'm just gonna be patient because it could be something else that pops up here, for sure. But we know for sure this one has had some range, moving from $9 down here to 6, giving back almost $3 worth of profit. Quick pop back up. We got a couple of levels that it could possibly test back up to. We got the 732 up here. We got the 640, 650 level. That's 50 cents. So just kind of watching and seeing for now. Can it start to identify any kind of uptrend before we try to, make any moves into this? Yeah, but I'd rather get the confirmation. I don't want to crash down under this 578 on me without giving me any tests. It may be sitting up here, but I'm one, this is Friday, Freaky Friday. Two, this is not been a confirmed level. So right back here we got the 577s and we got the what 573s, 557s and all of that. I just am not sure that this is done walking down, is all I'm saying. I want to make sure that because we got two possible little, I drew a little structure downward, drew a little structure. So I kind of want to get some more confirmation on this before I do anything crazy. Because it could easily slam down through this $6 level. It's very close to this whole dollar level and not really getting away from it aggressively. So my belief system in it isn't the greatest. And I could be absolutely wrong. It could just rip and I could be just left in the dust. But it's like, oh well. Oh well. 24 million shares traded. I'm gonna need that confirmation, my boy. My boy. Let's look at this walk down. Came down, came back up, came down, came back up, came down. Just so much little dancing to this downside. WAI. HT. And plus, this gives time for something else to pop up if I'm wrong. I don't want to just, and I am going to size down on this. I'm not going to be taking 100 something shares or anything on it anyway. So that's why I'm kind of being more patient too. Because with smaller share size, buying a nice little dip, if it does pop back through, great. I'm not looking for, a crazy amount on today. I'm already green on the week. I'm already green on the month. So, this is what I'm talking about. I want to get some more confirmation. See, right down to that 578 right there. Look at there. That's what I was scared of because of this walk down pattern it's got here. The point of control right now is at regain compliance. Is that what the news is? I don't see any news for it on SGBX. I literally do not see that. Regain compliance. That was from the 9th. Okay, that was from yesterday. Okay, I see that. Reclaim. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Still though, it's Freaky Friday, so continuation is real. We'll see. It's down to the 590s now. So this was that level, came right down to this bottom and right back up to the sixes. I'm gonna see how this ends up closing. Got a nice little test there. WAI crashing on out. So now we just got two, and both of these are kind of questionable. SGBX and the other one are questionable, so I'm not sure. It's at a whole dollar level, which I could take and just say if it breaks down 577, I could be out. It did hold up, but I still want to give it a little bit of chance because I believe that this is gonna be one people kind of think about rather than jump in. So I'm thinking it's still trading within this big red candle here. You see the top of this is 606, and then we got the bottom at 577. I'm not sure if it wants to exit here yet, but just giving it time. Got a flat bottom here at 577. Okay, a little bounce off of the what we think is the trend. 595s. Bottom of this green candle is 584s. Right on that point of control too. Oh, there's a little pop up 603s. Okay, so we can what's this, 20 cents? But still making a lower high than this 623. Okay. All right, little buddy. You look good, but you're right back to the bodies of these levels. The bottom of this is 601, right on that whole dollar level. Top of this will be around the 620s. We still got the point of control at 590. Almost held out of this red level, but give a little bit more time. Because with that catalyst, I mean, shouldn't we give it time? It just regained compliance, right? So why be jumping in if the catalyst isn't like super strong? I'd rather it fake people out, stop people out, and then try to go than be, on the first move out. Opened up lower. This little candle here is at 597. We still got our little what we thought was a trend down here. It may be a new structure if it can hold up 577. Nothing else right now though. Point of control just moved up a bit. Okay, so is it gonna break 595 down or not? So this could be a new structure. This would be a structure outside of the original. So let's go ahead and get ready to mark that up. What's this bottom? 591. Okay. Trying to hold up point of control up here, 605s. See how this closes. Woo, okay. I like that. I tried that one. Let's see. Like that little push up. Just a little burst and then nothing. Ah, okay. Open back up in that range. Huh, Kind of scary motion there, huh? We all thought we knew better. Nah, I don't know. Came up to that point of control, hit his head, and kind of just ducked off. Okay. So is this new structure here is the question. Is it going to continue to hold this little structure or break it down? Bottom of this is 591. Got to switch my orders to extended hours. Okay. Again, opening under this level is 605. Let's see if sellers come down on it. Got very close to both of these little supposed structure. I don't believe in these until they really, confirm. And right now, it just continues to try to hug it. Indecision right there at the 601s. The volume's super slow right here too. Now that I look over there. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and take 10. If it does snap down, I'll be out if it breaks down this level and reassess. Just moving so slow right here. I don't know if I can trust it. Okay. So I have an average of 604. We have a high up here of maybe 624. Again, I'm just looking for it to hold these levels. I'll be out on the trend down here at the right back under 6. We'll see what the action is. Oh, wow. All right. All right, got out there, sold on the trend, and I will retry. Giving it a second. Still got this bottom down here. We had what we thought was structure, and it's starting to break down that first level. Let's see what it does on the second level. Bottom of this is 596. Okay, so another possible. Let's see how far it dips so we can see if any new structure comes about this. Can it form a higher low here? My question. These two back here are kind of out of place. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this one. Move. We did get a new little top level structure from way back here all the way down to here. We'll see if it holds where it ends up holding. So 577 is the bottom. Like I said, it's Freaky Friday. I'm not looking to risk a whole lot. You know, that little 60 cents is not much. So we got this little new bottom here. Let's see if it can actually support this. It's got 577 down here that it could break down. And it broke right back into this downward level. But this is a higher low. And we look back here, we can see that this level's been tested a couple of times, 556, 560s, all of this. So can this close over the 584s? Okay. Is this the new level? He asked unknowingly. All right, so we got a little bottom here at 581. What's this? 591. So we'll see. So 585s could be entry. Another level out here. It just keeps coming to this flat bottom, which isn't even really a trend at this point. You breaking down 577, literally 1 cent away. So $5.76 breakdown. Top of this is the 580s. Okay, 580. I want to see how this closes. So another time it's doing this. 30 something cent. Okay. That's what we want to do. I'm gonna go ahead and get a little bit. Bottom side of this is 586, 576. Looking for it to start working its way out this flat bottom. I'll be out down here at 577 if it wants to play around. Got in 20 shares, looking for this bottom to hold at 577. Point of control all the way back up there at 604s, but I am ready to exit. if it wants to play. Want to control back up here at 605s. Okay. Can we get some more structure here? This is the third time this went on this flat bottom, so we're still under the 6. How are you gonna close up? Okay, close up there, 590s. A little bit of buyers coming in there. I see that volume. So let's see if they can get it back over 6. Has a top side up here of 607 and then further up 617. Okay, so we'll see if we can start any kind of structure up. If not, I'll be back. I'll be out at 577. Oh, there's a little flip up. Okay. Right up there to the 6. I'm going to add to that, looking for the break of 6. Bottom side of this, so I got 30 shares. Bottom side of this is 585. Okay, so we're right back up top, 30 shares. Freaky Friday, man. Let's see what it wants to do. Can it start some type of structural uptrend here? Watch and see. Back down here at 586, I'm gonna be out. So that is a 4-cent risk for whatever reward it wants to pay out. All right, so it had previous levels up here at the 650. Okay. So at this point, 611. Oh, wait, I'm looking for 30 cents. I'm tripping. 30 cents from 590. What is that? 30 cents from 590. 590 plus 30 cents equals 620. Okay, 620. So we are above 620. Let's see if we can get one more pop. Because that is 30 cents. So 620 is probably going to become my out after this one closes. Okay. Sold a little bit there. 620 is my out, so I will bug out kind of quickly. Shows me too much red. 20 shares left, so I already won my 30 cents on the day. 15 shares, 10 shares, 22. I only got 5 shares left. This was a compliance catalyst anyway, so I'm not, yeah. All right, so I'll take my 30 cents there. So 590 up to the 20 was 30 cents. So I'm going to give it another chance to try to, come back down and all of that good stuff. But I got my 30-cent winner. On smaller share size, it is Friday. So just waiting again. We have some type of structure here, but I want to see this structure hold back down here to the 593s for now. It's a shooter, huh? Got my piece out of there, but it kept kind of going up. So is this another outlier for the downside here? Let's see. All right. Got my 30 cents and we're waiting to see if any of these structural, assumptions hold up. Whew, okay. Big popper. It is what it is. I want to get greedy. I want to buy the lows. Only 10 cents away to be back under the 20s. Or 20 cents away, my bad. 20 cents away to be back under the 20s. Just give me my 30 cents and let me get on down. A little bit of indecision on that, right on that trend. Let's see if new structure forms on that. Okay, so we got a little outlier there. We got room back down here. It's got a bottom that is bounced off of multiple times at the 577. We got the 585s. So now it's 10 cents away from that 20. Bottom of this candle is 628. Little indecision. Question is 630 going to hold or is it going to fall back to 620? Appreciate that. Okay, so 625s. Okay. Popping right on that downtrend, or the supposed downtrend, rather. $26 million shares traded. Yep, that's what I'm thinking about. I just want to I just want to see it back at the lows if possible. But if it's too fast towards the lows, if it picks up too much momentum, that may be a bad sign. Because I could see right here on my volume profile, something is coming here. Something is coming. Look at that. You can see it. You see that blue jump and something is coming at these price levels. And if it's not pushing up, then we can assume that it may be going down. At this point, I'm $9 in the green, so I guess I could risk half of that, risk $4 just to end the day green. But I'm like, it is what it is. Especially with Donnell, he said and I looked over at the news, it just regained compliance. So sometimes on Fridays, crazy things do crazy moves, and the catalyst doesn't really matter as much. So that's why I was willing to take the first move. But after people get to look at the news and they think about it, will they be willing to buy it again? Is my question. So it's back down to the 610s now. This was our what we thought was some type of uptrend, but it's kind of steep. So I don't know if it's going to be able to hold this. This bottom is at 610. Let's look at the 5 minute. 5 minutes showing us a little bit different story as well. So this is what the 5 minute is looking like. Whoops, where'd it go? These two big topping tails and this bottoming tail down here to 610. You know, could be a little bit of a trap setting up here for longs. All right, let's go back to the 1 minute. Okay. So at this point, what, 611? Let's see if it'll dip down. Bottom of this candle is 618s. So, okay. You can always play it small too. Oh, it really wants to be a jumping bean, huh? Right up there to that level again. Confirming this downtrend a little bit there, getting a pop down off of that, and we continue to see this volume coming in. So that is a little bit of confirmation that this is still descending. Let's see how this candle closes. Got what, 15 seconds. And the bottom of this candle is 625s. $625 breakdown. Let's see what you got. You pausing here, doing a lot of thinking. Ooh, okay. So confirm that downtrend, and basically this is the big picture from the tip top 980s or whatever. I'm looking for peaks. I'm looking for the outliers to be proving points, right? Can it break an outlier level or not? And this little, what we thought was an uptrend is about to get a hard test, looks like. Okay. Closing this candle, and it closed under this indecision here on the 1 minute. And we got a bottom down here of 618. Is this going to be an engulfing candle? Oof. Wow. Keeps finding some issues right there at that 630. Oof. Went lower than I thought. Okay. Definitely some guts getting punched in here. You got it. So, like, and this is Friday trading. It's like you got to take what you can get, because you should have made majority of your profit before the end of the week. And so a lot of these chances that it's giving end very quickly on Fridays. So now it's going to open up even lower, right on that little trend. And now the bottom is what? 621. The top is 632. Man, look at that volume pumping in, man. I don't like that. I feel like this thing's gonna dump. 620 was my original out point. That was my 30-cent win. And then we have the point of control back down here at 604. But I'm also keeping an eye on the 5 minute and the 15 minute, which both look kind of drastic right now. Let me show you what the 5 is looking like. Here's the 5. Look at that. Big top and tail wick, big top and tail wick, big top and tail wick, and all it's got to do is just start breaking down towards the 610s. Very irrational movement here, though. Okay. All right. Popping out there. So what is this? 617 I could use as a bottom. Could play this very small. 627, 617. Very small for a little pop over 630s if possible. Giving it a chance, though. We'll see what it wants to do, and it keeps snapping around here. About to close up in 10 seconds. Okay. Yeah, and then your top side. I really don't want to be buying the highs here. This really seems like a trap. It's right on this little steep trend line too. Mm, the structure, man, the structure. Can't. This is just so much going on here. All right, let me get rid of this one back here. If it goes back down there, it's over with. But yeah, we got a couple of structures that could possibly hold. I'm just not sure. It seemed like a trap going up there, like it was gonna break, and then we see this. So I did not want to be buying right there. That's a 10-cent loss right there. Definitely want to see some more structure holding toward the lows. So basically, this little breakdown has already broken our first little steep trend, and now it's got this one to break down at 16 or 619. 619 breakdown. But this is the number one volume stock, so and the number one gainer, 93%. So we gave it a chance, and it is up here. Was it 629? Bottom of this is 623, so it'll be a 6-cent loss if it does go down on me. Could try this. It came, failed, and it's still here holding up, so could try it here. Yeah, you're gonna get me in. I got in 5 shares. Looking for a break of that level. I'll be out at the 623. Yeah, you got me. You start breaking down. Got 623 there. That's the second attempt there. Break down 625. I go ahead and get out. It's 3-cent loss. $28. Man, this thing's thinking so much. Really makes me uncomfortable. That's why I continue to size down. Yeah. Go ahead and get out. 625. Top of this is 629. So it broke down our little steep trend back here. And now it's got this other one here to go. If I see 25, I'm gonna sell. I just wanted to break 30. All right, so again, we're at our next structure level. It's kind of getting away from these down here, so remove that one. Kind of clean up the chart a little bit. Nothing else really giving opportunities this morning. So if I were to lose on this, I don't know if I would be able to make it back on anything else. That's the only thing. So just got to take profit. Okay, so we got, that's way too steep. top of this is 627. Can we see back over the 625s? 626s. Use this as an out at the 22. So breaking down this little trend. Okay, there's a 25s. Go ahead and get some of that. Looking for the break over 30. Got 10 shares in. Bottom side is 622. I'll be out down there if it wants to play around. 622. Out. So a quick pop up there. Saw this as resistance. Came back down to 622. Got on down. Gave this thing plenty of play time. All right. Where's the next structure? Are you going to do any more structures? Are you just going to fall? Still so steep on this one. Got a bottom right here at 610 that is hit before. A little bit of volume coming in there. Point of control is at 604s. Oh boy. Let's see what else we got out here. So this one's still flagging around. What is this one? Gorv. G-O-R-V. Is this something y'all have seen before? G-O-R-V. Looking kind of whippy. Let's go look at this, look this up real quick. So Gorv. Profile says this is Lazy Days Holdings on GR. Is this right? GROV. Yeah. Lazy Days Holdings Inc. through its subsidiaries operates and manages recreational vehicle dealerships under the Lazy Days brand in the United States. The company sells new and pre-owned recreational vehicles or RVs and related parts and accessories. It also provides RV repair and services, as well as arranges financing and extended service contracts for RV sales through third-party financing sources and extended warranty providers and insurance products. The company was founded in 1976 and headquartered in Tampa, Florida. Okay, so this is this one over here. Ooh, looks like it's waking up a little bit. Let's go look at the daily chart real quick. It's got under 1 million shares traded, so I would definitely be careful on this. Daily chart over here. So we got a peak out here at 677. That's an obvious peak. So we will edit this and put in there a peak daily level. Daily level. Okay, further than that, any other obvious peaks? It's too many in this area. There's one out here at the 904s. So let's duplicate that. Okay. All right. Then we got a couple more levels up there. I guess I could continue marking, but it's right now it's trading down here to 319, so it's got a long way to go. Actually, 319 is right down here, actually. So duplicate. This is 317, right around the area that it's trading right now. And it got slashed down into this level before, and it's only up 16%. So being that cheap, I really would like to see it up higher. SGBX, what you got going on down here? Pull down here to the $6 level, but it continues to break down. So yeah, SGBX doing a little bit to the downside and continue to walk its way down. Looks like we got more contenders coming up though. So WAI trash. Gorv is the only other thing that I see. The only problem is it's up only 15%. I would like to see it move up. Well, I'm talking about it, and it keeps playing. So this was that level that that's off. Yeah, 310, 310. This is the level that I marked on the daily. So look how far it's got to go to reach the next obvious level. 677 up there. That is a long way. That is a long way. But I don't even know the probability of it doing it. Let me look at where it says it finalizes over a 64.9 million asset sale to campers in affiliates via CIRV Group. So it financed over 64 million. Let me read into that. It's got some news on today though. Is that it? That's all it says. It says Lazy Days Holdings finalizes over 64.9 million asset sale to campers in affiliates via CIRV dealerships, inventory, and real estate. Okay, so it's counting everything around the block. Okay, well, I guess we'll see how it does. It started at 266, came up here to the ATR high, and we'll see what kind of structure forms on it. It's up 23% now with just over a million shares. Wow. Okay. I was about to say just over a million shares traded, and it is absolutely skyrocketing in volume. All right. Okay. Oh, all right. I know you got a long way to go. You got to go all the way up here. Or you possibly could go all the way up here. Let me change that. You can possibly go all the way up here. That's a $3, almost $4 move up there. So plus, it's got to get past $5. So far this has been the biggest candle. Well, let me zoom in. Let me get my pan button here. This was from 324 up to $4. So right around 80 cents in there. A little bit less than 80 cents in there. And we're gonna be looking for structure here. It is number 2 on the day now. So we trade the number 1, which whoa, SGBX, what you got going on over here? You back up to 20 something? Whoa, when did that happen? Okay. From 592 all the way up here. Why? Why though? 29s. I was looking for a 30 break at first, but I don't know. Let's this is looking crazy. I looked away for a second. Like it came down here to 6 and bam. So this went from 593 up to 6. So basically another 30-cent move basically. Okay, but it's still below this previous high. So not sure about all of that. This is another outlier though. So let me go ahead and get this marked up. Another pre-market outlier coming up there to the 630s. We'll go ahead and increase this and then zoom on in. So lower high, previous level was 651. Well, that may not, well, let me erase that. It's disproving that very quickly. Wow. Okay. All right, big boy. So now I'm gonna have to wait for this candle to close to mark this as an outlier. Hit a high almost of 650, but still a lower high than previously made. Okay, so let me go ahead and mark it up now. Nope, still looks like it wants to go. Okay. 653s. Wow. Looked away for a second, man. That's how it is. It went silent and then came back up off the off that level. Wow. They got me. They caught me looking. Where is the end of this gonna be? 657s? Okay, let's try that one. See if it stays below that for a while. All the way back down to the 592s. Gorv ended up going down. I should have stuck to looking at what I was looking at. Above $5. The things that meet my actual criteria. Above $5 can make 30 cents easily. That was this move. So caught the first one, but I definitely missed this second one. Wow. That's my fault for looking away at the cheap trash. But at this point, it's at the highs, so I'm not sure what it wants to do from here, but I do know if I buy right here, I may be back to 6 before I know it. I do know that. And there it comes on down. So we got a new outlier. We got another little trend here. Man, I should have kept my eyes over here, man. Now the point of control moves up. So it moved up here to the 6. So now it's trading below. Let me look at the other ones. Yeah, it's trading below all points of control now. According to the 1, the 5, and the 15-minute charts. Man, imagine somebody buying this up here at 653 and being absolutely roasted here. Oh well, I got my piece. I'm okay. You know, I missed one. It is what it is. Because I really don't know if it's going to be able to hold this 5, whatever, however this trend is going. 590s again. Back under 6, it may be looking real bad. Goro or GORV continuing to head up as well. And now we have a little bit of structure here. We can go ahead and mark up, especially, well, I got to wait till this closes. Don't want it to pop the top. Got 30 seconds left. Well, it popped the top, guys. All right. So that invalidates any kind of structure that was going to be there. We can't do anything with that. I was like, yeah, I don't want it to pop the top. Bam. Pops the top by like, let me see, 416 up here to 428. Insanity. Okay. So is this going to be the structure right here then? Do. See if it pops the top again and invalidates that, what I just put on there. Okay, SG, what you got going on over here, man? You just keep doing things, but now you're working your way down. I don't know. Bottom of this is 620. The same level that I got out of on the first time. It keeps coming back and testing that 620. I think one of these is going to be a non-recovery. Point control 374 coming on down a little quickly. 10 million shares traded on GORV, but it's still 20 million behind SGBX. And I'd rather trade things that can give me 30 cents easily rather than their whole move during the day be 30 cents. You know what I mean? It's like, if my goal is 30 cents, let me get there as fast as possible. Let me go ahead and get there. I got one of those today, and so I think I'm winning on the day. We already won throughout the rest of the week, so it is what it is. Okay, so Geo, well, it popped the top again, invalidated that structure. Popped the top again. So came up here to 437 and showing a lot of wicks. So each one of these pops is showing quite a bit of a pullback. So which one of these is going to dish rag all the way out is the question. Got a top here, but I can't really draw any structure because there is nothing to draw there. So I'll wait on that. SGBX still kind of coming on down. So I think the majority of the attention is going over to Gorvo. One, because it is cheaper. Two is because it has catalysts on the day. Or yeah, catalysts on the day. 12 million shares traded now. We're gonna see how this does. I really would like to see it over 5, but the chances that it gets over that with these pop outs and drops, people are gonna stop trusting it. All right, can we get a structure built here? So the top of these body candles is right at right under the 420s. And this is the first pop as well. Okay, but this is a little too steep to draw any structure. It's gonna have to show me some type of uptick to draw a structure here. WAI. Right back to that 620. I think this fail is gonna be the fail. This thing's done this too many times back to the 620. Okay. You want to dish rag out the bottom here, break of 386 would be nice. So the shorts can go ahead and take you on out. It's got all the way back down here to this obvious level of the 310 down here. So that's a 70-cent drop if it wants to. If the shorts really don't want to sell out or cover. All right. So yeah, still can't draw any structure there. No obvious uptrend, no obvious downtrend. So yeah. Five-minute on SGBX is kind of looking drastic. Look at this. How can I want to zoom in on this right here. This is the 5-minute. Topping tail off that downtrend, breaking down the 620s. So it's going to be, I mean, right here at 19 cents away, it can break down this 6. So I don't want to be a part of that. I'm okay. Let's go to the 15-minute. 15-minute, we can see pretty much a similar setup, big top and tail, coming back to the bodies of these counters around the 619 and a breakdown of 591. Okay. So at this point, it is Friday. We're playing good defense, defensive matches here with the market. That's what it's all about, man. Protect what you got. And you can give back some, but I'm trying not to give back everything. It's really easy if you hold and hope. Okay, so you got some type of something here. Let's see if this little short term holds. And nothing else really obvious, so we'll see. Doesn't want to continue to break down this 360. Up 41%. Still too steep to draw any structure. It has what looks like a high shoulder here, a high head. So we'll see what it does above 390. If it creates another shoulder though, that's going to be looking like a bearish action there. High of this shoulder was 414 or 415. So, you know, below 415 could keep it down there. And this one on back down to 610s. Looking like it's finally ready to drop out of the game here under 6. Only 11 cents away from 6. Go ahead and get rid of this. We got our downtrend and it keeps playing around in here. Are you serious? This is a game. I don't care about that. This is just a trap in a downtrend. We don't care. Gorvo. Almost an engulfing candle. We'll see if it closes below 368 or if it'll be able to hold that, but it almost looks like an engulfing candle there. Okay. So right down to that level is going to start breaking it down. So another little trying to hold up there. But it's still too steep to draw any structure. Oh, looks like it's pushing on down. 359. Okay, a little pop there. Barely broke that down. Popping back up. Okay. SGBX, we saw that little pop there, but it's double topped and volume is running out. We're not seeing that big volume in here anymore. The thousands of shares traded. Okay, well, looking around. Okay, so Gorv jumping back up. Point of control just got drugged down. So point of control now is at the 369. On this one, it's at the 349 and 350 on the other two charts. So 369 down to 350 is this little area that is trying to stay out of. 350 in here. Okay. SGBX did end up dumping back down after that double top. And now all it needs to do is break down 610. 9 cents away from that breakdown. So that's a lot. That's too much risk. Okay. So this one broke down, held a little bit, but still hasn't done any true pops to show us any kind of, is this going to be a big problem here at the 390s? $377. So it's trying to stay out of the box and trying to stay above the trend. SGBX is about to break down 610. All the way back down. But I'm looking for outliers. And what I mean is, like, I like these peaks that signify there was a real struggle that really turned it around. And just like this one down here, peak that really turned it around. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by outlier. Right now, the trading that it's doing in here is within the outlier. So it's got one down here at 344, one up here at 436, and no real outliers that are breaking any ranges here. So you know, that's kind of what I mean. I don't know if that even makes sense. SGBX all the way down to $6. About to break down this trend that it's had going for a while, opening underneath that trend. So I'm expecting it to get on going down off that under that 6 multiple times. And I missed this second one. I got the first one, missed the second one, but it is what it is. It's over with on that one. Oh wow, Gore dove all the way through our box. Oh man, so this box that I create is based on the points of control on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minute. So basically, I have this label up here for my point of control, but you don't have to put a label up there. It just comes with the volume profile, and I take it from the 3 time frames that I trade, and I make a box around the heavily traded areas of those time frames. And this one crashed straight on out of this one. So right on down to that 334-ish level. But yeah, I think we've seen, we tried to conquer. Let's go ahead and check out what's going on in the news. We haven't really looked at anything else. So let's go over here to Yahoo. Top of the leaderboard, China targets Qualcomm as Trump Xi talks loom. Delta's premium play pays off. Shutdown pain ripples through U.S. economy with no deal in sight. A world awaits blowback as the Nobel slips through Trump's hands, or Nobel. Applied Digital soars. APLD, that's one that Mike D is always buying or has an option on or has some kind of play on. China tightens checks on NVIDIA AI chips at major ports. Levi Strauss slides as boost to the outlook, still falls short. Gold recovers 4,000. Silver powers on toward record. U.S. stock futures on pause as shutdown drags on. Okay. Highway. Yeah. Former. Anything interesting? Not really. Okay. China tightens checks on NVIDIA AI chips. So that could be something that had some play for next week actually, because Friday, it's kind of tight range, but this may be a play for next week with China tightening checks on Nvidia. Let's see what else we got here. What are they talking about here? Why chocolate prices? Let's watch this. Okay, chocolate prices. Let's see what we got going.
The spookiest thing about Halloween this year might be chocolate prices. Consumer brands like Hershey, Lindt and Nestle have all raised prices, some in double digits recently. And that's because cocoa's price has more than doubled since early 2024. That's according to Wells Fargo. And even if it's pulled back from its peak, those higher wholesale prices are set to continue to push up the cost for consumers. So what's driving the price increases? Well, number one, less cocoa in the market. About 2/3 of the world's cocoa comes from West Africa. And a mix of extreme weather, drought and crop diseases has hammered production there, contributing to a 12.9% yearly drop in global cocoa output. Number two, US tariffs. Key producers like the Ivory Coast, Ghana or Ecuador are all facing new tariffs of up to 25%. That means importers must pay more just to bring the raw materials in. Number three, demand has been on the rise, and some analysts say the market will keep expanding at around 5% a year. Basically, chocolate makers know that we are going to keep buying, even at a higher price. So what can you do as a consumer? Well, you can find products with a lower percentage of cocoa. You can also look at cheaper options like generic or store brands. Also, always look at the price per gram, not per bar. Many producers are reducing the size of their packaged products while keeping the same price tag. Well, happy trick-or-treating, and may your Halloween be sweet.
That's chocolate is the new gold. Go invest in you some chocolate. Nah.
Well, the first thing you need to know is that the shutdown continues to rumble on with very little sign of the impasse being broken. Yesterday, a sixth vote failed to win approval. The thorny issue of reviving expiring Affordable Care Act subsidies hasn't gone away, and it's estimated that around 750,000 federal employees are now furloughed. If the shutdown is not resolved soon, then American troops will miss out on paychecks next week too. And after the absence of last Friday's jobs report due to the shutdown, next week 2 key inflation reports look likely to be delayed as well. The next thing you need to know is that China is ramping up its crackdown on Nvidia AI chips. Beijing has stepped up the enforcement of its controls in chip imports as it looks to stop its big tech firms from buying from Nvidia. Teams of custom officers have been mobilized at major ports. They're looking for Nvidia's H20 and RTX Pro 6000D processors. Remember, they were designed to comply with US export controls and still keep Nvidia's market share in China intact. And the last thing you need to know is how the peace deal in the Middle East has impacted on oil and gold. Oil prices are lower today. Yesterday, they fell around 1.6% as the market's risk premium faded after Israel and Hamas agreed to the first phase of a plan to end the war in Gaza. Under the deal, which Israel's government ratified earlier today, fighting will cease, Israel will partially withdraw from Gaza, and Hamas will free all remaining hostages it captured in the October 7th attack in exchange for hundreds of prisoners held by Israel. Gold prices slipped for a while yesterday, but are now back above the $4,000 mark. President Trump, who missed out on the Nobel Peace Prize to Maria Corina Machado, the Venezuelan activist, said he will travel to Egypt for an official signing of the ceasefire deal.
Okay. Well, interesting topics. Chocolate going through the roof. Gold has recovered. Nvidia chips under scrutiny. Let me pause this. Okay, so yeah, we played a little defense today. I have not imported any trades, so we'll do that now. If it will allow me to sync all of my accounts. Oh, what? Okay. So the beginning of this month was kind of rough. For sure. First day was like, bruh. I was like, man. Okay, it's retrieving everything right now. Okay, there we go. Okay. So first day of the month on Acon, I lost quite a bit. I held this and hoped on Acon. $1.81 loss. But I came back the next day on BQ and got $6.66 on that winner on 72 shares. So went from 12 average entry up to 18. Then ASTC. I was trying to aim for the 30-cent mark, but on some of these they were just a little bit too weak. This one lost 6 cents on ASTC. That was just kind of like what I did today. Took a trade, it didn't go. Took another trade, it didn't go. So I went ahead and stopped out. ZNB made 64 and then lost 1, lost 8, and lost 155 of that 64. Then ACXP, I just couldn't get a win. Took 2 loss of $8 on that. Then BDRX, $87 win. SGBX, 59-cent loss. SGBX, was that what I was trading today? I guess so. This is the 10th, yeah. So made 9, lost 14, lost 64. So it is what it is on that one. I already knew it was a Friday, Freaky Friday, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, just looking for that 30-cent return is really what has been blessing me, and finding things that can pay out 30 cents very quickly. But we'll see. We'll continue to trade and do all of that good stuff. And I mean, some of these losses you just got to take and cut them. It does mess up my win percentage when I take these losses, and I'm just like, well, it is what it is. Just take the loss, messes it up. So it would have been higher if I just didn't take these trades. But if I didn't take these trades, I wouldn't have given the opportunity for it to pop up. So, it goes both ways. But this was 6 cent loss, 2 cent loss, and then a 32 cent winner right there. All right. Well, that we came, we saw, we conquered, and we did all of that good stuff today. But we'll come back on Monday morning. I'm not really just hungry for anything here on a Friday. Looking for news on next week. Looking for if the government, the shutdown ends next week, but we don't know. We do know that the longest one was 35 days. So we'll see what happens with that. And yeah, I'll be continue to research, continue to try to get better. Yeah, yeah, it is all about P&L for sure, for sure, absolutely. So we want to keep the winners up, and yeah, profit or loss, you got to keep your winners bigger than your losers, and keep your. I guess you have to kind of focus on both though. If you can get your winning percentage up and keep your P&L your winners bigger than your losers, that is where you want to be. Anyway, that is it for today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like I said, I'll be back in pre-market during Monday. Today, I don't even know if I'm gonna come back and look at the market with the way the pre-market is acting. But yeah, we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. But I'll look into the Discord though. If y'all have any questions or anything like that about anything, if you need any assistance or whatnot. But yeah, go and buy some chocolate and keep it in the cupboard for a couple of years. It may be worth $200. Let's see. The crazy thing is the solutions he gave. The solutions were just buy fake stuff. Don't worry about the real stuff. Just buy the fake stuff. It's like, bro, come on, man, come on. But anyway, that is it for me today. Um, GORV never did make it back to the box. SGBX, continues to just play around down here, so I'm not trusting that. That seems like it's gonna make a big move down at some point. But these were all the ones that I saw during pre-market today. So I took a chance. I definitely took a chance. All right. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.